The road to the Elite Performance Industries Late Model Shootout Series begins tonight. The season opener for Season 9 of the Late Model Shootout Series at ITZR. Tonight, the Brett Suggs Racing and Marketing 125s. I'm Jeff By Jr., joined by Bill Tomer in the broadcast booth. And Bill, we've had about a month or two off, and we are getting ready to go back at it. A huge field of cars, 28 of the best super late model racers on iRacing, about to do battle in a fixed setup series here at ITZR.
Oh, it is an exciting night, Jeff. Season number 9 about to kick off. Tons, like you said, great drivers in the field, and we're already going qualifying. We didn't give ourselves a whole lot of time, but we're about to kick off qualifying here and see who is the quick time on the night. International Short Track Association once again sponsoring our quick time award here in the Late Model Shootout Series. We are starting to have cars on the racetrack.
Well, if you're wondering about practice fastest driver, one of our Challenger Series call-ups, making his first season of the Late Model Shootout Series, that was Blaze Brinkley. 17.710 was fastest overall in practice. Cole Cabrey, Josh Cottle were the top 3 fastest drivers, and we're going to see in qualifying who is going to set the pace here. Remember, we will have an invert, so you want to go fast. You need those bonus points for qualifying, but maybe don't go too fast, or you might miss that invert.
We are checking out cars on the racetrack. Corey Bigley goes P1 in the 28 car. He's in set quick time. Daniel Pope P2. Donald Clark jumps to P2 in the 18.
Corey Bigley to the top of the board, 17.910 for Corey Bigley so far. And then goes 17.854 in that second run. Josh Cottle to the top of the board, 17.764, backed up that practice speed. And now sitting at the top of the board, Dylan Bates now second, 17.804. Still Cottle, the only driver in the 17.7s.
Josh Cottle, newcomer to the series in that 13 machine. He's going to share that number with Thomas Axum. Thomas Axum not here tonight, Jeff. We have a whole bunch of guys. Actually, Axum is here tonight. He'll go P5. Sorry, Thomas, I didn't see you there. We have a whole bunch of guys that are on vacation this week, Jeff. It was really odd. We had a lot of guys tell us they weren't going to be here for the first week.
Yeah, one of those drivers, Brett Suggs, the guy that sponsored this race, not with us, but I do see him in the chat. So shout out to Brett, who's watching right now. Cole Cabrey, second fastest, 17.791 for Cole Cabrey. Still waiting on some drivers. They're kind of waiting right now. Still haven't seen Hugo Paquette, Dustin Momberket. Blaze Brinkley has not ran a qualifying lap yet. So still some fast drivers to come.
Aaron Johnson just put down a lap in the 21 car. He goes up to P7. Locking in 22 tonight, Jeff. 22 cars going to be locked in out of qualifying. Everybody's going to run the B main. I'm sorry, everybody's going to run the A main. But we're going to have a slow dash first week out with all those guys on vacation, plus a big racetrack.
Still, Dustin Momberket now the fourth fastest, 17.815. So your top 5 right now is Cottle, Cabrey, Bates, Momberket, and Pope. Thomas Axum, your defending champion, sitting 6th. Caden Fisher, 7th. And now looks like somebody just got bumped. Grayson Ward, the 4th now, 17.813 for Grayson.
Grayson Ward was super close to a Late Model Challenger Series championship last season, had heartbreak in the final race of the season. He will go P4 tonight. Blaze Brinkley puts in a P16 time. He finished second in the Late Model Challenger Series last season. Looks like that's going to be everyone, Jeff. Everyone going to be done with their qualifying effort. 6 cars in your fast or your slow dash tonight. Colby Bryant is going to be the guy on the pole for this one.
You said it, slow dash night. Everybody will transfer on to our feature event, 125 laps here at the Nashville Fairgrounds. So we're going to go 20 laps. Caution laps will not count in this slow dash, but hopefully with only 6 cars, we're not going to see a lot of cautions. On the pole for that slow dash, the 24 Colby Bryant. On the outside of him will be the 81. That's Rick Rube.
Starting in the 3rd position in the 5, newcomer to the Late Model Shootout Series this season. That is the 5 of Magnum Tate. To his outside, it's Hugo. 3-time champion Hugo Paquette going to start 4th.
And starting on the 3rd row, the slow dash, the 112, that is Dale Mears. And on the outside of him will be the 65 of Aaron Abendroth.
And that is your 6-car field. They're going to go 20 laps, give them an opportunity to try to find a little bit more speed. As we expected to have more cars here tonight. We're starting. Actually, I don't know if we did, Jeff, but there's no way for us to avoid the slow dash the way we do the inverts and everything for the main event. If you invert the main event, which we do, you absolutely have to run a B main.
Yeah, that's the way it's going to work. Unfortunately, we can't cancel it, so we do call it a slow dash when everybody's going to transfer in. This gives these guys a chance to get some extra track time, some time racing with each other, and off and away already. The 24, Colby Bryant out to an early lead, and that's Magnum Tate in the 5, going to jump all the way up to second.
Yeah, he'll clear Rick Rube into second place.
Hugo Paquette into that 4th spot ahead of Delmiers and Aaron Abendroth. And as we were saying, just some extra track time for these guys that maybe couldn't find the balance of the car in qualifying and practice. And now they get some extra time. Colby Bryant sideways off turn 2. That's going to let Magnum Tate take the inside line, and Tate's going for the race lead.
Magnum Tate looking for the race lead in that sharp number 5. Orange and black machine goes around Colby Bryant. It'll take me a little while to get used to Colby Bryant in a William Byron car, as he's usually running the number 9. You'll see him this season in the 24.
Magnum Tate, a newcomer to the late model shootout series, earned his way in through the Challenger series. You'll see those guys tomorrow night. If you're interested in racing this, you got to start on Tuesday nights in our late model Challenger series. That is our development series. Magnum had some great runs in Tuesday nights and got that call up into Monday. Shout out to Misty Ward, cheered for Grayson. He will be in the main event already. And Devin Rogers here in the chat. Jordan Atkins as well, cheering for Grayson Rogers. Or Grayson Ward, rather. Battle heat.
Yeah, Hugo Paquette starting to make a move on Rick Rube. That's going to be a battle for third. He's going to look to the inside of the 81 car. Can't make it happen. Hugo in the 33 trying to grab that third spot.
Hugo starting to work that middle lane a little bit, trying to get that run off the corner. The inside line here is very, very bumpy, and it can really upset the car. So Hugo kind of taking the car up the racetrack, trying to open up that corner exit and make those straightaways a little bit longer, and it seems to be working for the 33 right now.
Hugo trying to make things happen. Everybody else nose to tail as Magnum Tate taking off out front. Colby Bryant running second, Rick Rube third. Here comes Hugo Paquette trying to find a run down the back straightaway. Going to try to make it happen as Rube almost got the wall off of turn 2.
John Piet in the house. We'll see him tomorrow night. Ooh, Hugo sideways off turn 4, holds on to it. And as I was saying, we'll see John Piet tomorrow night in the ITZR Challenger Series presented by County Road Custom. And we look forward to a fun race tomorrow night as well. And still working this slow dash. It is Magnum Tate out front, starting to drive away from Colby Bryant. And Bryant starting to feel the pressure from Rick Rube. Here comes Rube up the inside.
Rick Rube looking to make a move, and here comes Hugo to the outside. That's going to turn Rube into the wall, and the final 4 cars pile in. That's going to bring out a yellow flag. Aaron Abendroth, Delmiers caught in that as well. You saw that one kind of boiling there, Jeff, as Rube went to the bottom, and then Hugo took a look outside, and Rube tried to come up and slam the door, and a lot of contact made, a lot of damage.
Yeah, and fortunately for these guys, everybody's going to make the main event. If this was an actual B main, that would be disastrous what just happened there. But we're going to take a look at the replay here, and it looked like Hugo was on the outside, but just a little tight there off the exit of the corner. And Rick Rube started to come up the racetrack as you do, coming off the corner, and it just kind of got hooked together. It really just hooked the right rear of the 81.
Couple shots of that. Unfortunate for those guys. Big damage, but at least they'll all get to start the A main event.
Yeah, Delmiers on pit road right now. Tons of damage on the 112. Really, the only 2 cars that were spared by that were Magnum Tate and Colby Bryant, who were ahead of that one. Everybody behind it was involved. This will set the race lineup for the feature event. So winner of this race will start 23rd tonight. So a chance to improve positions a little bit. So Delmire is going to get back out on the racetrack and try to pick up a couple spots here. Maybe his car not quite as badly damaged as Hugo Paquette's and Rick Rube's. So pace car going to head off the racetrack. We're going back green flag racing in this slow dash. Magnum Tate on the inside. He gets control to start. He is off and away. Colby Bryant back into second. Now he's going to look to the outside, slot back in the line behind Magnum.
Aaron Abendroth up to the 3rd spot. He was caught in that accident. You can see the damage on the front of that 65 car, but he kind of made out like a bandit. He was running around in 6th. Now he's running 3rd. He'd like to finish here, be in front of those guys that he was running behind.
Yeah, and I think the damage of the 81 and the 33 are going to make it very difficult for them to really do anything here in this slow dash. Both those cars heavily damaged. Right now, Aaron Abendroth and those top 3 cars starting to pull away from the rest.
Yeah, the guys in the back just kind of riding around together. Hugo Paquette going to look to make a move once again as he's trying to find his way around Rube. He wants to gain that position so he doesn't start behind Rube in the main event. But like you said, Jeff, they are beat up back there. See all the damage on the 33 machine. Let's jump back up front. It's Magnum Tate. He continues to show the way. Sure, he wasn't happy with that qualifying effort. Magnum had a nice showing in a few races last season late on the Challenger Series. We do have a little bit of a woo as we watch Colby Bryant get really loose off of turn 2. But I was going to talk about the way you get approved to get in the late model shootout series changed a little bit this season. We started to look at your I rating. If you have a high enough I rating, you get bumped. You're already in the late model shootout series. That's kind of what happened to Magnum Tate, as he has a nice I rating on the I rating service. So he had a couple good runs last season in the late model Challenger Series. So we bumped him up to the late model shootout series.
Yeah, he was one of those drivers that showed a lot of speed. Only ran a few races in the Challenger Series, but was so fast and consistent when he ran that we felt like he was ready for the Monday Night Series. And we got a battle for the 4th spot. Now, Hugo Paquette's going to spin on the apron, and that's going to collect Del Mears. No caution is out. Hugo going to go ahead and exit out of this one, call that an end to his slow dash. And we're going to stay green flag racing with Magnum Tate out front, really stretching his lead now, almost a second over Colby Bryant.
Del Mears struggling down on the bottom of the turn here as we're looking at him go through in 3 and 4. Mears going to park the 112 car. Not what he was looking for. You see Shock Eye all over the hood of that car. That's very cool. That is the setup builder here in the late model shootout series and the late model challenger series.
We're working lap 18 of this 20 lapper right now for Magnum Tate. Going to see 2 to go this time by, and he is really checked out over a second now on Colby Bryant and stretching that lead every single lap. So Magnum Tate's going to be a guy we're going to have to watch in that feature event. If he brings this thing home with a win, he's going to start 23rd. And we do have that hard charger bonus as well throughout the season. So, Bill, you want to talk about that a little bit? It's a cumulative hard charger. Yes, easy for me to say, right?
Oh, we do have the white flag, Jeff. Magnum Tate's going to bring this one home as he comes off a turn number 4. Your slow dash B main winner, Magnum Tate, and the 5-car Colby Bryant going to come home second. Aaron Abendroth brings 65 home third. And the last car on the racetrack, the 81 of Rick Rue. He's starting just a little bit farther back in the field tonight.
Del Mears and Hugo Paquette going to finish 5th and 6th. Everybody going to transfer onto the feature event. So we're going to have a couple minutes warm-up session, the last chance for these drivers to take a look at the racetrack and kind of see what the weather has been doing. The track is starting to cool off a bit, down to 69 degrees, 71 track temp. So a nice cool racetrack tonight.
So Jeff, you did want to talk about the very cool cumulative see, I got it first try, Jeff. But the cumulative it is a cumulative hard charger for the entire season. Moonlight Speed Concepts comes on board, and they're going to give a $50 bonus to the driver that picks up the most, that passes the most cars throughout the entire season. So we're going to have to do a lot of math for that one, which will be, actually, we're willing to do that. It's going to be very exciting. We get to see the guy that passes the most cars all season will get a $50 bonus from Moonlight Speed Concepts. So that's very cool. Tonight we're running the Brett Suggs Racing and Marketing 125 here in Nashville. Go ahead and check out all the links are there if you're watching us on Facebook. Just look at the title. You can see Brett has more social medias than Facebook does. So Brett's doing a fantastic job marketing himself and his company. So we appreciate their support. They're the season opening sponsor this season.
Yeah, you might want to go give him a follow on Facebook. He's got some cool stuff that he's been doing with
Very
some of
much
the
so.
late model stuff around the North Carolina area, and some cool videos, drone shots, and all kinds of neat stuff he's been doing over there. So shout out to Brett, and hopefully we'll have him back next week in the series. I'm sure the guys that usually watch his stream, he's usually streaming, are probably watching this tonight, right?
I would hope so. I mean, he has a lot of people that watch his streams, and that's fantastic. I actually got to meet Brett at Tri-County Motor Speedway a couple weeks ago. Very nice guy. And we had a short conversation about all things iRacing and his world and everything that he's doing. So yeah, definitely go check out all those links. I can't possibly memorize all of them, but definitely give him a like on Facebook and go check out his links. He's got a lot of stuff going on. And like you said, Jeff, he goes around the late model, the late model scene here in the Carolinas, and he's with one of the I forget the guy's name that he goes and promotes, but it's very cool. He has all kinds of videos and stuff from the racetrack, and you should go check those out. They're very, very neat videos.
Well, we can confirm Josh Cottle going to pick up those $7 for that International Short Track Association Quick Time Award. Josh Cottle, your fast qualifier, and 6 invert tonight, and that's going to set up our lineup for our feature event. And that's going to put Daniel Pope II in the 31 car on the pole tonight. On the outside of him in the number 16, it'll be Dustin Momberquet.
Starting third in the number 9, that is Grayson Ward, and to his outside in the 91, it's the lumberjack Dylan Bates.
Starting fifth tonight in the 54 car, it'll be Cole Cabry. On the outside of him, your quick qualifier, the 13, that's Josh Cottle.
Starting 7th, starting back, this is kind of far back for this guy, 2-time defending series champion in the 13 machine, it's Thomas Axum, and to his outside, it's the kid, the number 18, Caden Fisher.
Starting ninth tonight in the 21, that is Aaron Johnson. On the outside of him in that 28 car, that is Corey Bigley.
Starting 11th in the 52, that is a Moonlight Speed Concepts machine. That's Peyton Howell. And to his outside in the 15, it's Matthew Barkhouse.
Starting 13th will be the 67 of Eric Tracy. On the outside of him, making his late model shootout series debut, the 34 of Kelsey Rogers.
Starting 15th in the 30, it's Will Javicki, and to his outside, moving up from the late model challenger series in the 11, it's Blaze Brinkley.
Starting 17th tonight, last year's Rookie of the Year, the late model shootout series, the 60 of Parker Traves. On the outside of him, another driver making his late model shootout series debut, the 25, that's Devin Rogers.
Starting in the 19th position, this car mirrors his car in real life, drives a Charger in real life. That's the 18 car of Donald Clark. And to his outside in the 82, Shane Medford.
Starting 21st tonight will be the 09. We call him the Joker, Elliot Carlson. And on the outside of him in that 42, it's Super Zach Onen.
And you just watched this man win the B main event in the number 5. That is Magnum Tate. And to his outside, get used to the number 24. It's Colby Bryant.
Aaron Abendroth will start 25th tonight in the 65 car. On the outside of him, the ravishing one, the 81 of Rick Rude.
Del Mears in the 112 will roll off 27th, and to his outside, 3-time series champion. We'll watch to see him come forward. That's a 33 car Hugo Paquette.
Well, Bill, that is it. Our field is set for tonight's season opener for the 9th season of the Late Model Shootout Series presented by Elite Performance Industries. And man, we got 12 races to go now to set a season champion. But it all starts tonight, round number 1.
I have jitters, Jeff. I have jitters. Lights are out on the pace car. We are about to go green flag racing. The field is lined up. Daniel Pope's going to lead him to the green. Oh, we're not going to go. Oh, they're
going to go one more time.
I have to be this nervous for another lap?
Yeah, it is a bit nerve-wracking. I mean, your season really you can make it or break it right here in the first race. You only get one drop week, and if you plan to miss a race like some of these drivers are having to do because of summer racing trips, you can put yourself in a big hole you have to work out of right here tonight.
This is killing me, Jeff. It's killing me. I'm excited. I'm super excited. I actually am so excited I can't believe it.
Well, I believe the pace car is going to make its way off the racetrack. Daniel Pope in the 31 going to have control for this one. 125 laps. The green flag is going to wave for the Brett Suggs Racing and Marketing 125, and Daniel Pope is shot out of a cannon straight to the lead.
Pope down into turn number 1 will grab the lead. Momberket's going to slot in line there in second. Grayson Ward almost got in the back of the 16 car, didn't. He's going to be side by side with Dylan Bates down the back straightaway. That's the first battle on the racetrack. Bates to the outside. Grayson Ward on the bottom right behind them. You find the 54 Cole Cabry.
Cabry trying to work that inside line, trying to get positioned on the 91 as the caution is going to wave. Trouble further back in the field. And it looks like Colby Bryant is turned around on the front straightaway. That's the 24 car. And not too much damage to Colby's car, so might have just spun around. I don't think he contacted, maybe got the inside wall a bit there in the 24.
Take a look and see what happened to Colby. He definitely got some damage on the front of that car. But looks like he had issues coming off turn 4, coming off the outside. Take a look at the 24 here.
We saw Colby in the slow dash earlier. He was very loose coming off the corner, and right there, just it kind of steps out on him coming off turn 4, and around he goes.
There's a song for that.
Yeah, that is an all-by-myself moment there for Colby Bryant, and unfortunately, Colby going to go to the rear of the field. Not too much damage on that 24, though.
Yeah, hopefully you can get that 24 patch back up. You saw the speed that he had in that B main event. Let's see him get that car back out here running good.
Shout out to Bo Ledbetter hanging out with us. Said he will be back next week. Missing the first race due to vacation, and he is cheering for Daniel Pope, who is out front right now. Lindsey Bates here, of course, cheering for Dylan Bates. Dylan sitting in the 4th spot. So, Bill, they did not complete a full lap there, so there will be a single file restart this time for Daniel Pope and Dustin Momberket behind him in the 16. Pace car is off. Pope going to set the pace once again. He is off and away. He got another great jump over Dustin Momberket. He's going to be out 3-4 car lengths into turn 1. Momberket, he's got Grayson Ward all over him. Ward trying to set him up, coming down the back straightaway. He's got a nice run. Not going to be able to get there by turn 3, though.
Looks like the first battle on the racetrack is going to be between Josh Cottle and Thomas Axum. That's a battle of 13s. Axum able to prevail as he's going to go by Cottle. Here comes Caden Fisher on the bottom of the 18 car. Coming off of turn 2. That is tough. You watch Caden Fisher's car wiggle just a little bit. He's going to have the advantage on Cottle as they go through 3 and 4.
Little contact further back between Aaron Johnson and Peyton Howell. That's this group right behind Josh Cottle. And now Howell going to take over that spot. Cottle going to shut the door on the 52. Cottle holds on to the 8th position.
Lots of race cars on the racetrack. Look at the size of this super late model field here in the late model shootout series. So large when we zoom out, we can't get them all. It's unbelievable how many cars we have on the racetrack. These guys doing a fantastic job. You saw Corey Bigley slip there just a little bit in the 28 car. He's got Matthew Barkhouse all over his rear end.
Watching these drivers working their way from the back. Hugo Paquette just went around Shane Bedford to move Hugo up into the 25th position. Magnum Tate started 23rd. He is already up to 20th.
Magnum kind of by himself there. He's got a big gap around him between him and all the other cars around him.
And here comes Grayson Ward up the inside at Momberket for the 2nd spot. Ward gets the position, and now Momberket going to have that run off the back straightaway, trying to hold off this 9 car, but Grayson Ward's got the preferred lane down there on the inside, and I think it's just a matter of time before he's going to clear the 16.
And there it is. He clears him coming through turns 1 and 2. Move Grayson Ward up to the 2nd spot. What a season he had last season in the Late Model Challenger Series, only to come up just a little bit short of Marcus Rowe in that final playoff race. You can see the speed that the number 9 has as he's already here in the late model shootout series in race number 1, and he's running second.
Yeah, Grayson really had a great end of the season. He was on fire towards the end of the season, was leading at one point in that championship race, and it just kind of all came unhinged there at the end with some wrecks and got involved in some stuff, and unfortunately ended up losing the championship to Felix Gratton. Gratton not here tonight, but we do expect to see him at some point in this late model shootout series season. Shout out to Carter, who is cheering for Zach Onan. Also Eric Dickman, who's cheering for Zach Onan. John Piet asking how many cars we're expecting for tomorrow night's Tuesday Challenger Series race, and I'm thinking it's going to be maybe over 40 at this point. I think we have almost 50 drivers signed up.
I'm going to go with a lot.
Yes, B-mains for sure tomorrow night.
And a battle back here comes Peyton Howell, going to go underneath Josh Cottle. That's going to be a battle for that 8th spot. Peyton Howell looking to the bottom, Cottle, and able to fend him off down the back straightaway.
Crystal Clark hanging out with us, cheering for Donald Clark, who is currently running a little bit towards the rear of the field, running 17th right now, just biding his time. Charles Bennett cheering for Grayson Ward, who's now into that 2nd spot, trying to set his sights on Daniel Pope. Pope has got about a 0.2 of a second lead over Grayson, but right now Grayson is just kind of stalking that 31, not losing touch.
Blaze Brinkley making a move on Kelsey Rogers. That's for the 14th position. Ooh, they almost touched coming off of turn 2. They'll be side by side down the back straightaway. Looks like Kelsey Rogers is going to back off. Here comes Parker Traves in the 60.
Yeah, Traves going to take advantage of that, as Rogers was not able to get back to the bottom of the racetrack, kind of tried to stay to the outside of the 11. That opened up the door for Parker, and now Kelsey got a great run down the back straightaway. Might clear the 60, going to get back down in the line and hold on to that spot.
Back up front, here comes Grayson Ward starting to close in on Daniel Pope. That gap is down to 0.2 of a second.
Trouble for Colby Bryant coming off turn 4, got loose once again. He is off the pace, but continuing on, and now the leaders are going to see him ahead. So Colby might be the first car to go a lap down here, as he is falling a ways away from the pack.
Daniel Pope's view as he comes off of turn number 4. You see Colby Bryant, that lap car out there ahead of him. The rest of the field is not that much farther ahead of Colby Bryant. There are other cars out there.
Grayson Ward got a great run down the back straightaway that time. He's going to take a peek underneath the 31 and the 3. Pope going to give him the room on the bottom. Here comes Grayson Ward. He has been charging his way to the front. He is going to take the race lead. A little contact there with Pope. That's going to get Pope off the pace. Here comes the 16 of Montbriquet into 2nd.
Oh, Pope got really loose off of turn 4. That was from contact or not. Pope almost wrecked that car. That number 31 got really sideways coming off of turn 4. Almost got into Grayson Ward, but he is able to save it. He'll drop back to 3rd. Montbriquet up to 2nd.
You listen to the radio for Daniel Pope. He just said that he got a little loose, and that's what happened there. So just loose off the corner, running that outside line. Hadn't been there all night, and finally had a car to his inside and realized that there's not a lot of grip at the top of this racetrack, is there?
I have no idea. I haven't raced here in so long. I have no idea. I think I've only run one race here before, 1 or 2. We've had some fun back in the day, but this super late model, it is a different animal. These guys have so much skill to get around this racetrack as well as they do.
Working lap 26 of this one. Grayson Ward, your new leader, out front. Dustin Montbriquet 2nd. Daniel Pope 3rd. Dylan Bates 4th. Cole Cavery running 5th. Thomas Axum into that 6th spot. Hayden Fisher under pressure from Josh Cottle. Here comes Cottle up the inside. This is a battle for 7th on the racetrack. And they got a line of cars behind him with Peyton Howell, Aaron Johnson, Corey Bigley rather, in the 28 back there as well. And these two guys are about to start setting up a battle here that's going to bring everybody back together.
Caden definitely pinching the 13 there as they went through turns 1 and 2. Very tight racing. Now Caden way up the racetrack in the 18 car, giving him the room. See guys struggle off of turn 4. Caden doesn't do it. Keeps it even down the front straightaway. They'll be side by side through turns 1 and 2.
And unfortunately for Caden, they're starting to line up on the inside line behind him as well. So Peyton Howell, he is there. As soon as the 13 of Cottle is able to clear Caden Fisher, the 52 will be there as well. So right now, Caden not in a great spot here on the outside of this racetrack, trying to find anything that'll let him get back in front of the 13.
There's the clear. Actually, no. Caden drives back to the outside of the 13 car. What a move by the 18. So he's able to stay to the outside. He's still there as they come off of turn 4.
We got a battle for the 4th position as well as Cole Cabry has dived to the inside of the 91 at Dylan Bates. They are now side by side with Thomas Axum behind them.
Side by side racing down the front straightaway. Cabry gets the advantage. He will go ahead of Dylan Bates that time on that lap, but here comes Dylan Bates back to the outside, side by side down the back straightaway.
Still watching this battle between Cabry and Dylan Bates behind them. That battle was settled. Josh Cottle was able to clear the 18 of Caden Fisher. Now Peyton Howell is trying to get around the 18 as well, but still Dylan Bates is found something there on the top side, and he is keeping that 54 at bay.
This is Dylan Bates' home track in real life. He runs a pro late model here at Nashville. Had a tough race this weekend with King of the Pros, but he was caught in an early incident, had some damage, ended up going a lap down. I think he finished 14th as well. Or actually, no, he had a top 10. Expected to be a little better, so he knows his way around this place, whether it be in real life or in the sim.
Well, he finally loses that spot to Cole Cabry, but he was able to slot down in front of Thomas Axum, so Axum gonna hold on to that 6th position for the time being. Dylan Bates into 5th. Josh Cottle is running 7th. Peyton Howell has now cleared Caden Fisher for 8th. Fisher back into the 9th spot. Aaron Johnson currently running 10th. Behind them, it's Corey Bigley, Matt Barkhouse, Blaze Brinkley, Kelsey Rogers, Parker Traves, Eric Tracy, Magnum Tate up to 17th. Donald Clark running 18th, Devin Rogers 19th, and Hugo Paquette currently running 20th.
Great racing here in Nashville. Boy, this is what we want to see, Jeff. A lot of guys being respectful and some really good side-by-side racing as guys try to make moves on each other. Aaron Johnson really wants to get around the 18 and Caden Fisher. He keeps showing him the nose of the 21 machine. Just cannot make the move. Caden able to find some speed and just get out in front of him just a little bit.
Cheyenne in the chat cheering for Dylan Bates. Dylan currently running 5th. He's got a mirror full of Thomas Axum in that 13. Axum really starting to put the pressure on Bates now.
Dylan with a new looking car this season. I have to get a closer look at that one. Obviously it says it's a TB Enterprise Water Sport, so TB Enterprise on that car.
You got the little beach scene going on the side of the car.
Like it.
Yeah, it's a cool looking car.
That looks like a Daniel Pope special. What do you think?
I definitely, for sure, Daniel Pope painted that car.
Yeah. Guessing you probably did, huh?
No.
No, that was a Daniel Pope car?
Yeah, I believe so. I think you're right.
That is a good looking car.
Thomas Axum really getting some great runs coming off the corner. Not able to take advantage there as Dylan Bates doing a great job protecting the inside, and the caution is going to wave. Trouble on the front straightaway. Elliot Carlson is around. That is the 09. Looks like, Zach Oden trying to go around him gets involved as well.
It looks like Elliot's got damage on the 09. New look for the Joker this season. Take a look, see what happened to him. Pick him up as he enters turn 3. Oh, I think he actually got a little bit of Onan. Abendroth was struggling too. Something. Oh, it looks like Onan and Abendroth maybe made contact.
Yeah, it looks like Zach kind of came down the racetrack trying to clear in front of Elliott and just kind of misjudged it slightly. Just got to the back of the 65, checked up, and Aaron Abendroth went around that and collected the 09 as well.
And Zach tried to check up. That got Elliott into it. Rick Rube evasive maneuver to miss that. It's just like it looks like Onan be the cause of that unfortunate situation as he got into the back of the 65. Oh, and then the teammates make contact as they're trying to get going. A little extra damage for each other. That's nice.
That is going to give Colby Bryant his lap back. So Colby Bryant back on the lead lap, currently running 25th, I believe.
But we've seen some great racing so far, Jeff. 42 laps into this event. Really exciting stuff. Grayson Ward. Boy, is he putting it down right now. As he came out of the Late Model Challenger Series, he's leading this race. His first official Late Model Shootout Series. Last season he was a call-up, so he did run with the series last season and had a really nice race the last week of the season in North Wilkesboro, but backed out of that late battle between all the championship contenders on the racetrack. But I don't think he's ever led a race before, Jeff. I think this is his first time out front.
Yeah, and Grayson, he was quick in the few times that we saw him last season in the Late Model Shootout Series. Going to keep his rookie eligibility for this season, so running for that Rookie of the Year, along with Blaze Brinkley, I believe Josh Cottle, Matt Barkhouse, Kelsey Rogers. So we got a pretty solid rookie contingent here. Magnum Tate as well, Devin Rogers. That's a pretty solid lineup of rookies, new drivers to the series.
Interested in being a part of the series on Monday nights, your entry point is through the Tuesday night series. We are still taking signups for that series. We will run our first race tomorrow night. $10 gets you in for the whole season, and all money goes to payouts. Green flag about to come out, Jeff.
Grayson Ward going to get back on the loud pedal, and he's got Dustin Marquette right there on the outside. Marquette did a great job to hold on to that outside position there.
Boy, oh boy, he's dodging and weaving, trying to figure out what he wants to do. He looks to the inside down the back straightaway. Is he able to make the move? He'll be to the quarter panel of the number 9 of Grayson Ward, side by side off at turn number 4.
Yeah, Marquette did a great job in that restart. Really had a great run on the 9 car Grayson Ward. Now putting the pressure on Ward. Ward did lead that lap, but it was close, and Marquette and the 9 are making contact. Here comes the 54 Cabry.
That may or may not have been a masterclass by Dustin Marquette as he did the over-under on that restart. You see Grayson Ward slip a little bit coming off at turn number 4. He'll lose a little bit of ground. It's the battle of the red and black cars. 3 of them going for the lead.
You can see how much Grayson is struggling on that outside line. We talked about it earlier. Maybe just not enough grip up there to get the power down, and he is really struggling to get that car under control down the straightaways. Here comes the 54. Cabry going to take over that second position. Grayson Ward, your leader, is now back to 3rd. Here comes Daniel Pope in that 4th spot, and Ward really took a shot there, the 54, trying to maybe move him out of the way going into turn 3, not able to do it. And they are 3 wide behind them. I saw Cottle, Peyton Howell, and Thomas Axum were 3 wide, and they're going to settle that one out.
I think Thomas Axum might have gotten a bump up the racetrack that time. You see Cottle and Axum, they'll be side by side. Battle of those 13 once again, but looks like Axum went way up the racetrack in turns 3 and 4. You saw it just as I changed the camera angle. Oh, and Cottle and Axum are going to make contact, and they will wreck down the front straightaway, and both cars flip upside down. Cottle on his roof, Axum on his roof. Axum looks like he has ejected Cottle. Big damage on the 13 car.
And that is your championship driver for the last 2 seasons involved there is the 13 on the outside, that purple machine, Thomas Axum, looking for his 3rd straight championship, and it ends well, his championship votes have not ended, but he's definitely gonna have to dig himself out of a hole now as he makes contact with Cottle. It looked like Thomas maybe got the wall coming off turn 4, and that's just shot him down the racetrack into Cottle.
I think they both kind of leap at each other. Cottle got loose too, and I think they just meet in the middle. Looks like they both get loose coming off the corner. Axum comes down, and Cottle comes up, and bang. And that is not how you want your season to start.
And that's 2 of the fastest guys in the series. Cottle, quick time to start the season, set fast time tonight, earned $7 in that pole bonus, and Thomas Axum, again, your defending champion, already involved in this one, and that is devastating here. Just 50 laps into it, and for Thomas Axum, you got to feel frustration for him.
A little bit of slow-mo replay here as we're going to watch both cars. You see Cottle come up just a little bit. Axum comes down. They meet in the middle, and it is ball game. Oof. Well, the first slow-mo I think we've ever had, Jeff.
And Bill, they say something about those 13 cars being bad luck, and if that's not proof of that right there, that the 213s end up crashing with each other, I don't know what would be.
I can't agree with that, Jeff. Thomas Axum running a 13 on the side of his car has been an absolute dominator of this series for 2 seasons. But I guess when you put 2 of them together, it's like rolling snake eyes. It's just bad. Maybe, I don't know. We'll have to watch that all season. I guess we'll find out. But definitely not what you want to see happen to those guys tonight. Cottle, this is, I believe, his first race other than the Dirt Clash, where he had a good race at Knoxville 2 weeks ago. But this is his first late model shootout series with the I guess late model shootout series race. He is rolling with the Brett Suggs Racing and Marketing logos on that car. You see it on the back bumper cover there. But and I know Brett was cheering for him earlier, and not the night that he was looking to have.
So under caution here, lap 54, Dustin Marquette, your leader, Cole Cabrey, Grayson Ward, Daniel Pope, Dylan Bates, your top 5, Peyton Howell up in the 6th spot, Caden Fisher, Blaze Brinkley, Aaron Johnson, Corey Bigley currently running 10th. We've got Matt Barkhouse sitting 11th. Magnum Tate started 23rd. He is up to 12th now. He is flying right now. Kelsey Rogers currently sitting 13th. Parker Traves, Eric Tracy, your top 15.
Hugo Paquette has made his way to 16th. Rick Rube 17th. Donald Clark 18th. Devin Rogers 19th. Del Mears rounds out your top 20.
Here we go, building a double file back up for another restart here on lap 55. Dustin Marquette, Cole Cabrey, Marquette in that 16 going to have control of the start. As soon as that pace car leaves the racetrack, he can go at any time. He gets to set the pace here, decides when the field goes green, and he's going to make him wait a little bit. He's waiting until up front straightaway. He is off and away, and got a great restart there. That's going to let Cole Cabrey clear right into second. Now Grayson Ward and Daniel Pope, they're battling for third.
Ward, Daniel Pope, they'll be side-by-side off in turn number 2. Side-by-side down into turn number 3. They'll continue this battle for that 3rd spot. I know Daniel Pope wants to get back up there. He'll have to fall behind the 9 of Grayson Ward. They'll go single file down into turn number 1. Here comes Caden Fisher in the 18. He looks to the inside of Peyton Howell.
Yeah, there was a lot of cars behind them that are still double filed. These guys are not able to sort it out right now as Caden Fisher still battling hard with Peyton Howell. Howell kind of came down the racetrack there. I think Caden might have cut him a break, and that's going to let Peyton get that spot. And here comes Blaze Brinkley. Brinkley going to take advantage now as the 18 was a little slow coming off the corner.
Now Brinkley going to slide in behind Caden Fisher. Aaron Johnson's there. Matthew Barkhouse is there. Just behind them, Corey Bigley and Kelsey Rogers. They're battling for the 11th spot. They're side by side down the front straightaway. They're going to go into turn number 1 still side by side. They almost make some contact, and they finally do. Corey Bigley's going to be around in the 28. He stops the car, and nobody's going to hit him. Yellow flag.
Caution waves on lap 59 as Corey Bigley and Kelsey Rogers get together. And Bill, just initial reaction when I saw that one, it looked like Kelsey might have hit the apron going down into turn 1, and I think that shot him up the racetrack into Corey. But you're going to get those replays ready. We're going to get a good look at it.
Pick them up down the front straightaway. Corey Bigley and Kelsey Rogers side by side down into turn number 1. Kelsey on the apron at that time. I just think we got a little bit of net code. There's possible net code there. It is very tight racing, but I don't think he's actually on the bumper there, Jeff. We might actually have to get our first Elite Performance Industries chopper cam this season. I think that's just tight racing there. Kelsey's on the bottom. I think Corey's just a little bit too low.
Well, that's giving us a good look at it right there. And as you can see, Corey enters on the outside. He started to come down a little bit mid-corner as Kelsey was coming up. And, yeah, those guys just kind of meet in the middle there. Just not enough room there given on the outside line.
I think Kelsey started to come up a little bit, but there was room for that as he went on the bottom, caught the apron. He's definitely headed back down towards the yellow line when they make contact. I think Corey just a little tight. You see Parker Traves behind him in the second groove. He's up there a little bit. Good news is nobody made any contact after the initial spin. but Corey Bigley obviously going to be pretty far back in the field.
So that's going to be our fourth caution of the night there. And these guys have done a pretty good job. We've had some long green flag runs and some great racing there in this 125 lapper, working lap 62 now of it. And looking at the lineup now, Dustin Marquette, Cole Cabrey, Grayson Ward, Daniel Pope, Dylan Bates. Your top five really didn't change on that last restart. Peyton Howell, 6th, Caden Fisher, 7th, Blaze Brinkley, Aaron Johnson. Matt Barkhouse was able to take over 10th there. Kelsey Rogers back to 11th. Magnum Tate now up to 12th. Parker Traves 13th. Eric Tracy 14th. Hugo Paquette now into the top 15.
Donald Clark going to be running 16th. Rick Rube 17th. Del Mears 18th. Devin Rogers in the 25 car. He is 19th. Zach Onan has rallied back from that earlier incident. He's 20th. Shane Bedford 21st. Kobe Bryant, he's running 22nd. We saw Josh Cottle with that incident just a little bit ago. He's back to 23rd. Will Dravicki running 24th. Corey Bigley, we just saw that incident. He is in the 25th spot. Elliot Carlson running 26th. And Aaron Abendroth, he's a lap down in 27th. Only car off the racetrack, your defending series champion, the 13 of Thomas Axum.
Thomas Axum going to wind up 28th tonight, and that's just an unfortunate way to start the season. But still, 11 races to go in this series championship. It is not over. Plus the playoffs. I mean, anything can happen once we get into the playoff format. Top 8 drivers after 9 races going to race for a championship in the final 3 events of the season. Pace car lights are off. The pace car is going to head off the racetrack, and Dustin Marquette will once again take us green flag racing.
Huge field of race cars comes off turn number 4. Marquette going to try to clear Cole Cabrey through turns 1 and 2. He does. Battle's going to be on once again between Daniel Pope and Grayson Ward. Pope again on the outside. Wasn't able to get it done last time. They're going to go through turns 3 and 4. You're side by side coming off of 4.
Ward and Pope just not able to settle this battle. These two fighting hard for second. Peyton Howell is spinning into turn 1. Caution is going to wave. Caden Fisher is involved. Magnum Tate is involved. I see Cottle around as well, and that was a big one right in the middle of the field. Peyton Howell was running 6th and got turned around going into turn 1.
Peyton Howell looks like he doesn't have a tremendous amount of damage, or if any damage at all, in the 52 car. Caden Fisher's front end is messed up. He got big damage in that wreck. We'll take a look to see what happened to Peyton Howell as they went into turn number 1. Oh my goodness. Well, somebody check Caden Fisher to make sure he's okay. Even in the sim, he might have hit his head on a monitor or something like that, because he went hard in the turn 2 wall. Looks like, just from our initial reaction here, Jeff, looks like Caden Fisher and Peyton Howell were battling pretty hard. Peyton really turned in there, right across the nose of the 18 car.
Yeah, I think Peyton cleared him, but it was
just
not
barely.
by much. And
just
yeah,
barely.
There just wasn't enough time for the 18 to get slowed up there as the 52 pulled down in front of him. And Caden, to his credit, he did back off and try to let the 52 gather back up, and he got hit by the 21, and the 15 behind them got into the 21. So it just slowed it down the momentum of the inside line so much. Everybody just stacked into each other.
Yeah, I don't think I could call that on Caden Fisher. I don't think there's enough reaction there. That is a aggressive with a capital A move by Peyton Howell to dive down in front of that car. But like you said, he got a clear signal. I think that Caden Fisher, maybe a little bit of, hey, I know which guy's outside of me. He's probably going to do this. Might have helped him out a little bit. But really, I think that's just more of a racing deal as he dove across his nose. But let's take a look at what happens to Caden Fisher here as he really gets out. He had saved. Unfortunately, Aaron Johnson nowhere to go and turns Caden up into the outside wall. Ouch. That one hurt. Oh, and Magnum Tate caught in that one as well as he got Caden as he got turned to the wall. Josh Cottle got spun around as well in the 13.
Yeah, Magnum tried to go up high to avoid the spinning 52 car, and luckily for Peyton, everybody missed him. It looked like the 52 really didn't get any damage whatsoever. The 18 definitely took the brunt of it there.
Yeah, Peyton Howell's just got a massive loss in track position and spots on the racetrack. But that could have been much worse for the 52 driver. But again, that's just an ultra aggressive move that didn't pay off in the end, I guess you could say. Thought he was clear. Caden just really couldn't react. That was a really tight. I mean, you come off a turn 4 side by side. It's tough, right?
Yeah, I went back and looked at it from Caden's in-car, and it just, you know, it wasn't a situation where he went into the corner and there was a car in front of him. The car was moving down the racetrack as he entered the corner, and it's just so hard to judge those situations there. And unfortunately, it kind of bit both of them. They both got collected in that one. Pace car is going to head off the racetrack. Dustin Marquette, Cole Cavery on that front row. Grayson Ward, Daniel Pope in that second row. Look at Blaze Brinkley quietly working his way up the field. He is currently running 6 now as we go back to Green Flag Racing, lap 72 of this 125 lapper.
Daniel Pope, a really nice restart in that second row on the outside. Cole Cavery going to fall down behind Mombercat. That battle for that third spot still raging as Pope had a really nice restart, but it is tough to get around guys on the outside, and now he's going to lose ground to Grayson Ward as they enter turn number 1.
Yeah, and Dylan Bates going to try to take advantage. He drops down to the inside, and he's looking underneath the 31. Pope going to clear down the back straightaway. Think he's going to get that inside line back, and the top 5 are going to be single file. Blaze Brinkley back there as well. Aaron Johnson, Matt Barkhouse moving forward as well. He is up into the 8th position. Here comes Magnum Tate. Magnum Tate up into 9th. He is battling with Kelsey Rogers. And now the 34 car up the racetrack coming off turn 4, or turn 2 rather.
Oh, and Kelsey Rogers into the wall. Parker Traves with evasive maneuvers. Magnum Tate's got a bunch of damage on the front of that 5 car from that last incident. He got into Caden Fisher after Caden Fisher got into the wall. He's still doing a pretty good job as he's losing a little bit of ground. I can't imagine that car can be driving more as fast as it was before.
Matt Barkhouse now underneath the 21 of Aaron Johnson. He is looking for that spot. That is for the 7th position as Barkhouse really starting to work his way forward. He started deep in this field tonight, started 12th, and now the caution is in great trouble further back in the field.
Trying to figure out what we've got going on here. Caden Fisher's way back behind the field. Might have had an issue in the 18 car. Take a look here.
Yeah, and it was Caden Fisher involved there. Him and Peyton Howell racing hard back in the 25th position. And Caden was on the outside line. Looks like that car just kind of stepped out on him and ended up in the fence.
Well, you can see to his credit, that car started to get loose, and he took her into the fence instead of getting into Peyton the second time. So he definitely didn't want it to be questioned, I'm sure, as the, you know, he's not real sure how we're thinking about that previous incident. But, spins out there basically on his own. Definitely that car's not driving like it needs to. That is a messed up race car. He went into the wall really hard.
Yeah, that car is pretty much a wreck at this point, and he's just out there for points, trying to do what he can. And fortunately, once he got on the outside line, we've seen that a lot tonight. Whoever gets on the outside line, it's just so hard to get the power down coming off the corners there. So I don't know if the track is just dusty or there's not that rubber buildup on the top side of the racetrack or what is going on, but very different racetrack from the top to the bottom.
Caden Fisher gets a little bit of damage fixed on that 18 car, keeps it on the lead lap.
Right before that caution, we were talking about some of the drivers moving forward. Blaze Brinkley, he started 16th, currently running 6th. Matt Barkhouse started 12th. He is up to 8th. Magnum Tate started 23rd. He is currently running 9th. Parker Traves started 17th. He is up to 10th right now. Hugo Paquette, he started dead last in this field, 28th. He is currently running 11th on the racetrack.
Wow, with a clean race car too. That's the most important thing, is come forward, but come forward without running into things that happen on the racetrack. Unfortunately, Magnum Tate, not of his doing, was caught in something. So he's got a bunch of damage on the front of the number 5. But Hugo moving forward with Magnum Tate as they both came out of the B main. And Hugo's car is clean, so Hugo still has speed in that number 33. I worry about the speed that Magnum still has in that 5 machine.
Yeah, Magnum did a great job that last run. That car maybe doesn't look too bad, so The 5 car is still holding on. I don't know if he's going to be able to go too much far forward with all that damage, but he's definitely able to run in the top 10. And here we go again. Dustin Marquette control of this restart. You see Cole Cavery trying to get way up the racetrack. He's looking for a run here when we go back to green. Marquette going to make him wait on it. He is off and away. Brinkley further back got a little loose, and that's going to stack up the back of the field a bit. Grayson Ward able to clear Daniel Pope, move into the 3rd spot. Dylan Bates back there in 5th. Aaron Johnson, Blaze Brinkley. These two battled hard for a championship all season long in the Challenger Series. They're now battling here on Monday nights. This is the run for the 6th spot right now on the racetrack.
Side by side off of turn number 2. Aaron Johnson not able to get the momentum. You saw Brinkley on the top. He was able to clear. Here comes Matthew Barkhouse as he's going to be inside Magnum Tate. Tate sideways off of turn number 4. Barkhouse almost got into the door. Didn't happen. They'll be side by side into turn number 1 through turn number 2.
Yeah, Barkhouse having a great run as he is door to door right now with Magnum Tate trying to take away that 8th position. And Barkhouse on the inside line. And he was one of those guys, Bill. He kind of got overlooked last season in the Challenger Series. He didn't originally earn the invite. He kind of had to kind of make himself known and kind of say something there to get his way into Monday night.
Magnum Tate's number 5 all over the place, and you're right. Matthew Barkhouse kind of talked his way into Monday night.
He really had to campaign for himself, and he did that, and he's making a statement tonight that he belongs. He's currently running 9th.
Oh, Hugo Paquette, we talked about him during the break or during the yellow, and he just got in the wall on his own. In car with Hugo Paquette right now as he's battling with Eric Tracy. He'll get back to the bottom. But he got into the wall off of turn 2 last time. It might have damaged that race car just a little bit. We talked about how clean it was. Hugo decided to give it some damage on his own.
Well, Cole Cavery and Dustin Marquette have started to check out on Grayson Ward, and Cavery is really putting the pressure on that 16 right now. Last time by, he took a peek underneath the 16 into turn 3, was not able to get there in time, but he is all over the back bumper of Dustin Marquette.
You know, I wonder about tires, Jeff. We talk about it quite often on our broadcasts, and a lot of times we don't get enough green flag. Not a lot, but sometimes we don't get enough green flag racing that we see tire issues pop up. Grayson Ward had a tremendous amount of speed early in that number 9 machine, but sometimes you call the guy that runs out front the rabbit. Everybody's running a fixed setup, right? So you wonder if he's burning those tires up, and I wonder if that's what's happened to the 9.
Yeah, Grayson Ward, perhaps maybe just saving. I mean, it's so late in the run, it's hard to imagine he'd be saving at this point. But as you said, the 9 just starting to fall off a bit. And these top 2 drivers are really starting to open up the gap. It's about half a second back to Grayson Ward. And Cole Cavery is all over the 16. The Elite Performance Industries number 54 is really putting the pressure on Dustin Marquette here.
Yeah, he was second in the championship last season, finished second in North Wilkesboro to Thomas Axum for that title. Now Cole Cavery trying to make things happen in the opener of this season. We talked about it in our preview. He is one to watch. You're going to want to watch him run because he only won 1 race last season, but had, I believe it was 10 or 11 top 10s in the 11 races.
Yeah, he was unbelievably consistent in that 54 car. And at it again, running second right now to Dustin Marquette. He started to lose some ground there. Marquette opened up the gap, and I don't know if it was just an issue for the 54 or if maybe he just backed off for the time being. And we're getting down to about 25 laps or about 30 laps to go now in this one, and Dustin Marquette starting to open up that gap.
Yeah, you got to give it to Dustin Marquette. Marquette has been he's been around for a while. And never fully, I believe, commits to running a full season here in his own racing. Runs most of the seasons and runs the races that he enjoys and shows well generally. But this is top notch from Marquette. This is the best I've ever seen him drive. So right now, leading this race, we're closing in on 30 to go. So Marquette in control right now as he's starting to move away from Cole Cavery.
Well, that battle has been going on. Parker Traves has taken over the 7th position. Behind him, the 15, Matt Barkhouse and Aaron Johnson are still battling hard side by side. This is the battle for 8th. Is Barkhouse going to get it that time by? But Johnson is not done yet. He is keeping that thing on the outside line, keeping it wound up, and he's going to make this 15 work for it.
Oh, and I think Johnson caught a little bit of the wall off of turn 2. Here comes Hugo Paquette in the 33. They'll go side by side through 3 and 4. Barkhouse now clearing Aaron Johnson. Now Johnson going to be side by side with Paquette, and they make a little contact. Here comes Magnum Tate. Tate and Johnson are going to make contact. There's a lot of door banging hanging back here.
Yeah, time is running out right now, and these guys are trying to move forward. Aaron Johnson just got hung on the outside line. His teammate Eric Tracy is going to go by him as well. Here comes Kelsey Rogers. Caution is going to wave for an incident further back in the field, and it looks like that was Will Jervicki in the 30 that's sitting backwards against the wall.
Well, some exciting racing there, but not the kind of racing that Aaron Johnson wanted to see. He got bumped around and moved backwards. We'll take a look and see what happened to Jervicki here in the 30 car. He was riding around with Devin Rogers. They were battling. Oh, and Rogers got up the wall. Oh, no.
Yeah, Will, just nothing he could do there. Just along for the ride there as Devin got up the wall, got out of control, and ended up hooking the right rear of Will Jervicki. You can see Will trying to get away from him, going down the back straightaway. You can see how far he tried to get down the racetrack, and it just wasn't enough.
Oh, he gets into the wall hard. Carry a lot of speed here in Nashville, Jeff, so when you do slide down the back straightaway or the front straightaway and you get into the corners, you hit the wall pretty hard. That is tough for Will Jervicki. Devin Rogers clearly got up into the wall. He just went to the right down the back straightaway, caught the wall, drove up a little bit, and just put the 30 into the outside wall. Turn 3.
Yeah, and you said that this is a big racetrack, so anytime you wreck, anytime you're involved in hitting that wall, it is a big one. And last season we ran the little track here, and they were bumping and banging and running into everything. And tonight you just can't do that on the big track.
Yeah, this is a speed palace for short track racing. Huge high banks, long straightaways, and these cars fly around this place. And hopefully soon, Jeff, in a couple seasons, we're going to see some NASCAR racing here in real life. That'll be pretty exciting.
Yeah, it sounds like they're going to put a lot of money into this fairground speedway and do some cool things for it. And it's nice to see. I mean, I've never been there, but I hear it's a cool facility, and it's definitely one of those bucket list racetracks. The All American 400. If you're into super late model racing, that's one of the big ones. That is one of the biggest ones there is to win.
And if you aren't into super late model racing, what are you doing watching us? No, I'm kidding. This has been an exciting one tonight. We are inside 25 laps to go. Dustin Monberquette is your leader. Cole Cabry sitting second. Grayson Ward third. Daniel Pope fourth. And Dylan Bates in fifth. Not a ton of changes between your top 5. Those guys have all kind of just been racing each other. You talked about it, Jeff. Behind them, Blaze Brinkley has been on the move. Parker Traves has been on the move. And Matthew Barkhouse, along with Hugo Paquette and Magnum Tate. So the bottom half of the top 10, those guys are all guys that have come forward. They are still planning on moving forward. I guarantee you that Parker Traves and Blaze Brinkley are thinking that way. So with the last 25 laps, about 23 laps remaining in this race, it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, a chance for some of these drivers too that got hung out, like Aaron Johnson. He fell all the way back to the 14th spot or 13th spot, I think, and he is now going to be on the inside line here for this restart. So a chance for him to move forward as well. Still time to do it. 23 laps to go when we cross the line. Dustin Monberquette, your leader. Cole Cabry in that second spot. Grayson Ward, Daniel Pope, your top 4 drivers. And Monberquette is off and away, and he got a great restart once again, but that's going to allow Cabry to slot in right behind him. And that 54 going to put the pressure back on Monberquette.
Daniel Pope to the outside of Grayson Ward once again. They'll make contact on the back straightaway. That's going to get Ward sideways. That's going to put Pope ahead of him. Dylan Bates got into the left rear of the 9 of Grayson Ward, but he wasn't able to make the move, so Grayson Ward will slot back there into 4th. And now Blaze Brinkley to the outside of Dylan Bates. That's a battle for 5th.
Yeah, Brinkley jumped to the outside there. Caution is going to wave. Trouble further back in the field. That is the 25 of Devin Rogers turned around in turn 1. And that is the second one Devin's been involved in here in just a few laps. And this time I think they were 3 wide down the front straightaway, and he just kind of got clipped.
And we'll take a look and see what happened to Devin. He was to the outside of his teammate there. And Shane Bedford on the bottom. And then Corey just gets up in the left rear, Devin. That's not how you want to have things go between teammates, I don't think. That's... Sure, that wasn't team orders. Hey, spin your buddy out.
Well, there's something happened in front of Corey Bigley, and he got into the back of the 42 with Zach Onan. Onan made a heck of a save. Zach, I mean, that thing was dead sideways. He held on to it, got back up at the racetrack, and I just don't think Corey expected the 25 to be there. I don't think he saw Devin coming, and when he got back on the throttle to go racing again, unfortunately, the 25 was right there to his outside.
Yeah, Corey got into Zach Onan going into turn number 3.
Another one of his teammates, by the way.
Oh my goodness! And then down the front straightaway. Well, not much you can say about that one. I think we saw the replay.
So back under caution here on lap 107. As Dustin Monberquette still leading. Time starting to tick away here for these drivers up front. Monberquette, Cole Cavery, Daniel Pope, Grayson Ward. Now your fourth place runner, Blaze Brinkley, held on to fifth there ahead of Dylan Bates on that restart. So Brinkley into the top 5. Bates back to 6. Parker Traves, Matt Barkhouse, Hugo Paquette, Eric Tracy, your top 10 runners. Magnum Tate 11th, Kelsey Rogers, Aaron Johnson, Donald Clark, Josh Cottle. Cottle already has worked his way back up to 15th, and we saw him get turned around earlier on with that incident with Thomas Axum, and he's done a great job to fight back a little bit.
It's a nice recovery by Josh Cottle in that 13 car. As you can see, he's got a bunch of damage on the front end of that car, but able to make his way back forward. You can see Peyton Howell there. He's also making his way back forward as he was backwards earlier in this race. Back up front, Dustin Monberquette once again going to have control of this restart. Lights are out on the pace car. Battle has been for third up front. Cole Cavery not able to do much on the restarts as Monberquette able to control. We'll see what happens last 17 laps of this race.
Monberquette once again gets control of this restart. He's going to make him wait a little bit. Now he takes off, and Cavery got a great run. He is door-to-door with a 16 on Monberquette into turn 1. Here comes Pope trying to take back third place with Grayson Ward on the outside. Cavery not giving up. He's got to run down the back straightaway, sliding that car down off of turn 2.
Side by side into turn number 3 through turn number 4. Here comes Cavery on the outside. He might have gotten a little loose off of 4. Didn't get quite the run he needed to. He's going to have to slot in second. Here comes Daniel Pope in third. Here comes Blaze Brinkley for 4th. Here comes Cavery to the lead.
Cavery got a great run down the back straightaway, pulls door-to-door with a 16 on Monberquette. Through 3 and 4, they are side by side. Monberquette still going to lead that lap, but it was by 6 1/1000ths of a second.
On the outside, Monberquette trying to defend. Cavery gets loose off of 2, almost gets into the back end of the 16 car. He doesn't. Monberquette clears off of turn number 2. So Monberquette back to the point. 13 laps remaining.
Unbelievable racing for the lead. Monberquette holds on the outside line. Cole Cavery still second. Daniel Pope third. Blaze Brinkley fourth. Caution is going to wave.
I think it was Donald Clark in the 18. I think he's the one that had issues there. We'll go back and rewind, but I think the 18 had a problem getting into turn number 1. It looks like he might have had contact, and it looked like Peyton Howell.
Yeah, and there's some drivers not happy right now. The 18 of Donald Clark, a little frustrated there. He's having a fantastic run, running 14th. And it looked like Peyton got into the back of him going into turn 1.
Yeah, I think that's our first obvious. We've had a few all by myself, or a couple all by myself tonight, and some really close calls that were racing deals, but I think that's the first one that we've actually got a C card, don't hit card, Jeff.
Yeah, and Peyton, his thing was he felt like the 18, they were side by side with the 13 on Josh Cottle, and the 18 was just a little too slow on the top side, and he thinks he maybe checked up too early for the corner, but you really just can't get in the back of the guy going into the corner.
It's tough for us to make that type of call, whether or not a guy checked up too much. Looks like he did a pretty good job being on the top side. Maybe not, obviously not what Peyton was expecting.
So the 52 Al going to go to the rear of the field. He's going to join Donald Clark at the back, and that's a couple of frustrated drivers there running in the middle of this field. Now going to find their way to the end of it with just about 10 laps to go in this thing. Not a lot of time to recover from this point on.
Boy, this is one of those races, Jeff, where cautions breed cautions. The Pricer poker went up long ago.
Yeah. Well, we started off with some great green flag runs, and now we're working our ninth caution of this race, and 125 lapper here. It's a longer race. We've been going for about 50 minutes now, and here we go. Dustin Monberquette, Cole Cavery. They're going to line this thing back up side by side. Daniel Pope, Blaze Brinkley up into fourth. The 91 of Dylan Bates now sitting fifth. We kind of missed what happened with Grayson Ward, but Grayson has fallen all the way back to ninth now. Not sure what happened there in that last run, but he lost a ton of spots.
Yeah, we did see him have issues when he and Brinkley were battling, and Bates as well, but I don't know what caused him to lose another 4 or 5 spots there.
Monberquette going to take off early. He caught the 54. Cavery kind of napping there, and Cavery, he is going to be back about 4 or 5 car lengths to Monberquette here.
Whew, that was a snooker job there. That was fantastic by Monberquette. As he is gone. He's not even on our camera shot anymore. He's got a 3-4, actually making a 2 car length lead at this point as Cavery trying to hunt him back down. But boy, oh boy, with 8 laps remaining, Monberquette's got this one in hand.
Trouble for Parker Traves. He's on the apron, gives up the racetrack, makes contact with Barkhouse, and we're going to keep racing. That was wild, but the 60 of Parker Traves holds on to it. Barkhouse kind of got the worst end of it as the 60 came back up the racetrack. And here comes Traves now taking a peek underneath the 9 of Grayson Ward once again.
A lot of racing happening in the middle of the field. See Aaron Johnson, he's battling with Kelsey Rogers. Josh Cottle's in there. There's Rick Rube and Zach Onan. They're side by side.
Yeah, the middle of this field is just crazy right now. There is drivers moving all over the racetrack trying to pick up every last spot as time is ticking away. Just 5 laps to go in this one.
Traves took a look underneath Grayson Ward, wasn't able to make the move up front. We're not looking at it right now. There's a gap of almost 4/10 between your 2 leaders. We're watching the racing towards the middle of the field. You got Zach Onan side by side. Looks like he's side by side with Rick Rube once again. That's a battle for the 16th spot.
Blaze Brinkley really putting a lot of pressure on Daniel Pope for the 3rd position. Brinkley is there. He is knocking on the door. Daniel Pope trying to kind of run a really consistent low line, making the 11 really have to dig down deep, and you saw him get sideways there. Could not get off the corner there on that low on the racetrack. And now the caution is going to wave, Bill. That's going to set us up for a green-white checkered finish, and it looks like Barkhouse is around in turns 1 and 2.
I saw him struggling off of turn number 4. I didn't know if he would save it, but something had happened to the 15 cars as he came off of turn 4. We'll take a look at what happened to him here on the replay. I caught at the top of the screen as I was watching cars go around.
And it looked like he almost had it saved, and he just came across right in front of the 5 of Magnum Tate, and Tate just nowhere for him to go. The 15 just kind of tank slapping back and forth in front of him, and that turns the 15 around. It looked like...
Did he even get him? It was really close. I don't know if... I mean, maybe Magnum got him, but you can see Magnum lift.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything Magnum Tate could have done in that situation. Kelsey Rogers also kind of got involved there as the 15 slid back up the racetrack, just nowhere for the 34 to go. Rick Rube got a piece of it. Colby Bryant, Elliott Carlson also involved. So just a tough break there as hard racing right in the middle of the field. I think Barkhouse was running right about 10th on the racetrack at that time.
I think he was actually running 9th.
So yeah, that's a lot of cars behind you trying to avoid you going into turn 1.
Take a look inside Magnum Tate. You can actually hear, and you can see it on the replay, Magnum Tate actually locked up his front tires trying to stop. But Magnum's had to avoid a lot of stuff tonight.
Yeah, that 5 car's been through hell, but he started so deep in this field, started 23rd up to 9th. The guy behind him, he started dead last, 28th. He is up to 10th. That's 33 of Hugo Paquette. And look how clean that car is. It looks pretty good still.
Except for that one giant dent he put on the right front by himself. Good old Hugo. He's doing a fantastic job tonight in that 33 car. Magnum Tate as well in the 5. Josh Cottle making a nice rally there in the 13. Kelsey Rogers having a good night in that 34 car with looks like he's got dual numbers on that machine. Did get caught in that one just a little bit. Aaron Johnson running 13th in the 21st. Del Mears having a good run. He came out of the B main, started way towards the back. He's up to 14th.
Well, this will set us up for a green-white checker finish. Dustin Monmarquette gets to set the pace with Cole Cavery on the outside of him. And last time, Monmarquette kind of caught them sleeping. I don't think Cole's going to fall for it this time. So he's going to be up on the wheel ready to go at any moment now.
Well, here we go. It's for all the marbles. Monmarquette gets a really nice jump off of turn number 4. Top 3 are going to be single file as we enter turn number 1.
Cole Cavery is right there with him, though. He did not get away as much as he wanted to. 2-3 car lanes down the back straightaway. Cole Cavery trying to reel in Monmarquette. Daniel Pope is right there as well. Blaze Brinkley gets into 4th. Dylan Bates, Parker Traves, they're battling hard for 5th further back in the field.
Lots of battles happening all over the racetrack. Monmarquette is gone. Cole Cavery's not to the back door. Dylan Bates and Grayson Ward are side by side. There's Magnum Tate, but off of turn number 4, here comes Dustin Monmarquette. He'll win the Brett Suggs Racing and Marketing 125 at Nashville Speedway.
Dustin Monmarquette going to pick up his first late model shootout series win, and I believe it might be his first start of the late model shootout series. A heck of a run from Dustin Monmarquette. Cole Cavery going to come home 2nd, Daniel Pope 3rd, Blaze Brinkley 4th, Parker Traves going to take over that 5th spot at the end.
Dylan Bates comes home 6th, Magnum Tate all the way up to 7th. Grayson Ward will come home 8th, had some troubles there at the end. Eric Tracy 9th, Josh Cottle 10th, Hugo Paquette slipped back at the end, he'll finish 11th. Aaron Johnson 12th, Del Mears 13th, Kelsey Rogers 14th, and Rick Rube, the ravishing one, rounds out the top 15.
Looking further back in the field, Aaron Abendroth was 16th, Zach Onan, Colby Bryant, Corey Bigley, Caden Fisher going to come home 20th, Peyton Howell 21st, Elliot Carlson, Devin Rogers, Donald Clark, Shane Bedford, Matt Barkhouse, Will Dravicki, and again, our defending champion going to come home 28th position tonight. A long road ahead for Thomas Axum if he wants to defend his series championship. Did not start off well, but for some of these guys, Dustin Monmarquette, Cole Cavery, that's a heck of a way to start the season right there.
Oh yeah, and for Thomas Axum, there is a drop week, so it's not the worst thing in the world that could happen, but definitely not how you want to start the season. Is Axum going to be a little bit behind the 8 ball with that number 13 machine, but yeah, I mean he's shown that he can really get on some serious rallies and have a good season. But Dustin Monmarquette having a fantastic race. Like I said, that is the best I've ever seen the 16 driver drive. And congratulations to him. That was an amazing, amazing drive. Jeff, we'll try to see if we can get some of these guys in the booth with us to have an interview.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
as we speak, there he is, the man himself. Dustin Monmarquette, congratulations, man. Win number 1 on the season in the first race. How does it feel?
Oh man, it feels so good. I was really unsure how all that was going to pan out, but in my debut in the shootout series, I really couldn't have got any better.
So, Dustin, we were talking about your restarts there. You really started to mix it up at the end. You started going very, very early. What was your thought process there? Were you just trying to catch them sleeping a bit?
Yeah, the restarts are so important here. It's so hard because if the guy is able to stay on your outside, um, I found that you got really tight on the bottom, so it just kind of opened up an opportunity to get crossed over and just lose all your momentum. So the better restart you got, for sure, the better you're going to be. So I'm just really glad that that panned out at the end. Cole got a good start one time and really scared me, and I thought it was all over, but I can't thank him enough for racing me as clean as he did.
Well, Dustin, you've been around in the zone racing for a long time, and you and I have had some conversations and whatnot about driving and things like that. But let's be honest here, that was by far your tour de force, the best drive I've ever seen you have. What's different? What was different tonight that you've always been a contender, top tens, top fives, but man, you really put it to him tonight. What was different about tonight?
I'm not sure. I just feel personally, as a driver, I feel like I've changed a lot in the past probably a couple of years, especially the last year or so. But no, I feel like I found a really good group of guys to race with on here. Trevor Edwards, he has been my guy for the last, I don't know how long now. I can't thank him enough. He's really just helped me kind of get my act together and really step up my game. And without him, I don't think any of this would be possible.
Well, Dustin, we saw all night the inside line was the place to be, and then there was a point where Cole Cabery, he was door to door with you, had the inside line. How did you fight your way back on the outside back to the lead there?
Oh man, I really don't know. When I saw Cole kind of get in there in 3 and 4, I was gonna try and pinch him, and I did, and he still kind of got through the corner better than me. So I honestly thought it was all over. But I got into turn one, and I just tried to keep him really honest and try to pinch him off like I was talking about earlier, and it all worked out, and I was able to surprisingly clear him. But no, I really can't thank Cole enough. He raced me really well tonight, and we've had our issues in the past, but those are definitely behind us.
Well, Dustin, I don't know if you can tell, but I am impressed, and I'm proud of you, man. That was a great race, a great job driving, and like I said, you already thanked Trevor Edwards, but we always talk about how it takes a village to how to get fast in these things, and really put it to run at the level that you need to beat these guys. So who else would you like to thank for getting you to this point?
There's so many, but first and foremost, I got to thank you guys for putting this on and for allowing me to step up into this series this season. I can't think of a better way to start it all off. I can't thank BSRM, Brett, for sponsoring this race and for hopping on board my car. McConey Setup Shop, Racer Tees, Justin Brooks Designs. This is the first time I've ran this paint scheme. This will be my paint scheme for the season, I'm pretty sure, especially with how good it was tonight. So, yeah, I just can't thank you guys and just everybody who helps me.
Well, Dustin, congratulations! Your first late model shootout series win. You're part of an elite club now. There, the guys that have won in this series are some of the baddest dudes on iRacing, and you're now going to join that group.
Yeah, that's really awesome. I'm very honored and just very thankful to be here.
All right, thanks so much for taking the time to talk with us. Congratulations. We're going to let you go celebrate a little bit now.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Great job, Dustin.
Thank you.
Now we're going to get a chance to talk to the guy who came home second, Cole Cabery. Cole, you were so close there at one point. You had the inside line on Dustin. You guys were side by side. What was it going to take there to get around him in that final moments of the race?
I'm not sure, honestly. Dustin was really good tonight. He did everything he needed to hold off everyone. That gave him a run for his money. I don't think I really had anything for him besides those restarts, trying to get a jump on him or maybe crossing him up or I've had incidents with Dustin before, so I wanted to make sure I was clean with him, like how I always try to be. So I made sure to leave room and I mean, first race of the season, don't want to start any drama too early. So but yeah.
As Cole says that, does that mean drama could be in our future? Cole, no, I'm kidding. You did a fantastic job tonight. Dustin said the same thing, that you guys have had a couple run-ins in the past, but you drove him super clean tonight, and he really appreciated that. So you have to say it never crossed your mind that maybe a little bit of a bumper, might get you a win.
Definitely not, honestly. I'm not just saying that. Not somewhere around at fairgrounds like that. It's so fast. One little bump can set them off in the fence, and it's never our intentions to wreck anyone or mess up someone's race. So, I mean, definitely, maybe if that was one of the last races, and I need a playoff point or something, we may have touched doors or something. But for this early, and Dustin's a close friend of mine, so I don't want to do any harm to him, and we'll leave here and go on to next week.
Well, Cole, you came home so close last season to the series championship, and you saw what happened there with Thomas Axum. He got involved in a wreck. How important is it to start off on a high note here? You got a second place finish. That's pretty good in the points day. So how important is that to just start off on out front and a high note?
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely good. I want to just go into these races and enjoy racing and not worry about points. So I think if I get the whole point situation out of the way first and maybe, grab a win here soon, like how we all want to do. So yeah, no, I definitely think it plays good finishing second and gives you some good confidence going into next week and the following races.
Agreed. Just stack good races. It's a good way to look at it, Cole. Who do you want to thank that's gotten you to this point? You're one of the guys to watch. We talked about it in the preview, the write up that we had yesterday. Expectations are high to watch you run out front. But who do you want to thank to get you to this level of speed?
Definitely EPI. Those group of guys do help me a lot. LMR, Alex, Ryan, all them guys, and also the Pope and Parker Trace and all those guys. We still may not be a part of the same team, but they do help me out a lot, and I really appreciate it.
Well, cool. We look forward to seeing you back next week, round number 2. It's just 7 days away, so we look forward to seeing you.
Yes, sir. Me too.
Bill, we're going to get a chance to talk to Daniel Pope, our third place finisher tonight. And Daniel, we know you haven't been feeling very well the last couple of weeks, but it seems like maybe you do your best when you're not feeling well. You seem to be on a tear here.
I don't know. These sick races are awful. Hopefully I don't have to do too many more of them. But yeah, I've had a good little stretch here, and I had some decent runs. Before we go any further, I just want to throw this out there. Congrats to Marquette. It's really cool to see him get his first win in this. It's come a long way since I first started racing with him, and congrats to him and his team and the shop and all those guys over there. They come support the series, and they do very well and race very clean over here.
Yeah, Marquette did have a fantastic race, but like Jeff said, you've been having a week, Daniel. For those of you that don't know, and I'm sure that you don't know, Daniel's battling pneumonia as we speak. So, Daniel, I feel the same way Jeff does. I just feel like you should be sick all the time because you've had. I don't know if you're more focused or what's happening, but you've had unbelievable speed recently.
I don't know, man. That Sarah race, I thought I was gonna die at the end of it. Just trying to breathe, and then I felt better before we started this one, and then by 50 laps in, I was coughing and struggling.
Wearing you out.
Yeah, we were able to hold it together enough to run third there. That was probably about the best I was going to run. I had a few opportunities where I almost killed Grayson, so glad that didn't happen. And I'm really happy to come home third and happy with the way the season's starting here for us.
Well, you're kind of one of those setup guru guys. We saw a lot of drivers getting to the outside and really struggling. Was there something different about the bottom side of the racetrack tonight and the top side of the racetrack? It seemed like guys on the outside had a hard time getting the power down.
Well, for me, the cars, these fixed setups don't fit my style of driving to perfection, so I struggle a little bit with them. It's hard for me to adapt to them. I like a car quite a bit freer, and these cars are built to be snug and secure. And a lot of my looseness on the top was because I would overdrive the center a little bit and get too much wheel in it. When I picked the throttle up, I was kind of out of control. So as long as I could keep myself in check, it wasn't too horrible. But I thought the setup was good. Obviously, if I was a personal preference person, I'd want it to be a little bit freer. But fixed setup racing is always more on the snug side.
So to that effect, Daniel, there was one time off of turn 4 on the outside of Grayson Ward where it looked like it was all over. Do you remember that, and how bad did it scare you?
Yeah, I definitely remembered it. I apologize to Grayson in game. I was 99% sure I had just killed me and him coming off of 4 there. I was not happy. I was not happy with myself, and it's very fortunate that I didn't tear myself up in a lot of cars. That was giving me a pretty bad mistake on my part. And honestly, I did it again later in the race. I was behind Grayson and got down in 3 and 4. Was coming off 4 and was aiming at the infield at one point. So, yeah, I apologize to him in race. I apologize to him here. I hate that. We were very, very, very fortunate that netcode didn't end both of our nights. So I would have felt terrible. I would have hated to tear up multiple cars, making a terrible mistake like that on lap 35.
Well, Daniel, we want to give you a chance to thank all the people you need to thank. I know there's a lot of names on the side of your car, and we're going to give you a moment here to just shout them all out.
Yeah, shout out to Shot Guy, Kent Hunley. I appreciate everything he does for ITZR and multiple people, leagues, things all over iRacing. He is a really good guy and one of the good ones when it comes to iRacing and the iRacing community. All the boys at 16XCI, we kind of broke up the SPM team a little bit, and we kind of broke it down a little bit, and we got a little group, and we're doing good things. And of course, my wife's hot dog restaurant, Celebrity Hot Dogs. She'd probably kill me if I didn't at least say it once this season.
Okay, so now your wife, that's a weird way to end it, but thanks, Pope. Your wife won't go to jail or anything like that, and you'll be able to race the entire season without dying, so that's good.
Yeah, but, we're having fun. That's my whole goal this season, is to go out here and have fun and make friends and goof off, and not be so, I guess the term would be sweaty, as we've been in the past, and
Got it.
I think we did that tonight, so...
Well, you definitely had a good night tonight, so congratulations. And I wrote about the in the preview about your hot early starts, Pope, and here's another one, a third place opening week.
I appreciate it. Hopefully I don't let old age catch up with me and slow down at the end of the season.
Well, good job, Daniel, and we'll let you go celebrate. Third place, good run.
All right, guys, appreciate it.
Well, Bill, that's going to do it for tonight. We talked to our top three. Fantastic racing all throughout the field, especially up front. A fantastic battle between Dustin Marquette and Cole Cavery. Those guys put on a heck of a show. And, Bill, we're not done yet. We got tomorrow night still to go, the ITZR Challenger Series. We're expecting probably 40, maybe 50 drivers trying to make their way into a 30-car field. It is going to be absolutely insane. You're not going to want to miss the action tomorrow night.
Yeah, we're going to pile more cars on Nashville Fairground Speedway. It's going to be more exciting action. I can't. I'm excited. Let's do it again, Jeff. What do you say? We'll do it again tomorrow.
We are going to do it all again tomorrow. Another Brett Suggs Racing and Marketing 125. It'll take off at 9 p.m. Eastern on our Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitch. You can find us there. And then again, next Monday night, we're going to be doing this for 11 more weeks to finally crown another champion. And we're going to Stafford for the Wet Willie 125, presented by Twitch streamer Wet Willie Howells. And thank you again to all these people that put this together, all these sponsors, Elite Performance Industries. They have stepped up big, and man, it's been unbelievable. Over $800 in prizes and money going to these drivers this season. It is going to be a fantastic season 9.
I agree. I cannot wait. And tonight with Bombercat, I don't want to say he came out of nowhere. Clearly, we know who Dustin is. We know Bombercat's fast, right? But to say that, if you'd have said tonight going into the race, Bombercat's going to win, I'd have said, I mean, it's possible, but probably, I don't know. But man, he put it down tonight, and he was the man to beat, and that was very, very fun to watch. Congratulations to him. And going forward, I mean, we've got so many great drivers in this series, and we had so many guys like, Bo Ledbetter, Alex McCollum, Brett Suggs, all were missing. These are guys that are, top 10 guys, like really, really fast drivers, and we'll have them back next week. So we're just going to get better, Jeff.
Yeah, the racing is just going to get crazier and crazier as the season goes on. Fantastic start to the season, and Stafford's coming up next. And Bill, we got a road course race in there. We've got a race on the Milwaukee Mile. It's just going to be an absolutely fantastic season. You're not going to want to miss any of it. Make sure you're with us all season long, every Monday and Tuesday night. And again, tomorrow night, season opener for the Challenger Series. Not going to want to miss it. Another Brett Suggs Racing and Marketing 125. We'll see you tomorrow night.